Seoul, South Korea. It's a great place to visit, but it can be confusing. And we don't want to accidentally miss a $1,000 flight and have to rebook, right? I'm not speaking from personal experience, but let's go over some navigating tips just to make sure you are never put into that situation. The best navigation tool in South Korea is NAVER Maps. So if you're visiting, definitely download NAVER Maps and open up the app. Luckily, there's an English version. You can type in wherever you want to go. So let's say you want to go to this famous palace, right? So you can search up the name and boom, you have a list of different palaces. However, let's say you looked it up and you found the English address on Google. So you can paste that in. But look, no results found. So what you want to do is go to Google Translate and paste it in so that you can get the Korean address output. So this, which is the palace. So is this your from location or your to location? So I'm going to select to. And then for my location, let's say you're going from ICN Airport. So let's just click that. Or you can also say my location, but I'm just going to go with ICN Airport. Click on that. You can see that there's different ways to arrive there, and it even gives you an estimated cost. So this is about 10,701, 10,751. It takes an hour and 38 minutes, and so you can filter it out. So if you want the best route, the least time, the fewest transfers, the least amount of walking, and then you can choose the bus or the subway system or whatever. I suggest public transport since you probably don't have a car. You can also call Uber because there is Uber in Korea. Obviously, public transport is cheaper, but if you're in a hurry and want to pay extra, you can use Uber. And then you just click on it, right? And then you can see the route and you can preview it. So you can see if you leave at 5:23, you can get to the next station and keep going and keep going and keep going. And it even gives you an ETA on some of the places. So this will update in a second, but there's no ETA on this one. But if you go to the next one and so on. And once you have it loaded, you don't need to constantly be on Wi-Fi. Although if you want the most accurate scheduling of timings, then you want to be connected to data or Wi-Fi. But you don't need it because you can just go through each additional stop as it tells you. So you might be wondering, why not just use Google Maps? Well, NAVER Maps is far superior in South Korea. So if you have to use Google Maps, you can. It's not as functional as NAVER Maps. So just use NAVER Maps. It's pretty easy, especially the app. The website is in Korean, but the mobile app, there's an option for English. So the best way to actually pay for your fares is to get a T-Money card. So I landed at ICN Airport. So just keep walking and then you should see a GS25 store. It looks like this, lifestyle platform GS25. Just walk in, go to the desk person here, and then on the desk, there'll be this great graphic on how to buy a T-Money card. So tell the store manager you want a T-Money card. They'll understand enough English for you to do that. Then the price is 3,000 Korean won, which is only about $2.30. This is as of June 2023. And then you need to fill up the card and actually put money on the card so you can pay for fares, but you have to do that in cash. So you could buy the T-Money card with a Visa or a MasterCard, but then you have to pay in cash to actually, have enough money to buy bus and subway fares. That's not too hard because there's ATM machines right next to the store that you can go to the ATM and get cash to pay and load up your card. So here are some estimated costs and routes to downtown Seoul. So if you want to go to Seoul Station, it's 4,750 won. To Gangnam, to all these other places, that's how much it costs. So I don't know, maybe fill it up with 20,000 won just to start off with. So that would be about 5 rides to Seoul Station. Fill up with more if you're going to stay for a longer amount of time. And when you go to South Korea, and if you are a US citizen, you don't need a visa. You don't need to apply for a visa. You can just land in South Korea and show them your passport and you are Gucci. You can go in. There are a lot of touristy things to do, but Seoul, South Korea has a lot of great palaces that you can visit. I suggest going during a free guided tour that happens in your preferred language, usually English if you're watching this video. Here are some different palaces. This one is the most famous one, or I think it's the most famous one. It's the one that I enjoy the most. So the English tour times are 11, 1:30, and 3:30 p.m. Monday through Sunday. They're closed on Tuesdays. It takes about an hour and a half, but it's a free guided tour in English, which will definitely make you appreciate the palace. So the tour is free, but admission is like $3 or something like that. It's not that much. You can also rent a hanbok, which is a traditional Korean clothing, and you can visit any palace for free. The palaces are also free on major holidays and the last Wednesday of every month. You can also buy the Seoul Palace Pass or combination ticket at any of these palaces, and it'll allow you to visit 4 royal palaces in Seoul and this shrine for about 10,000 won, which will save you 4,000. The pass is good for 3 months, so you don't have to visit all of them at one time. So if you plan to visit all the palaces, go during an English tour time and maybe buy the combination pass. There's also a changing of the guard ceremony, which was cool at these times. Admission fee 3,000 won, which is $2.30 for adults. If you're a student, it's less, or a child, or all that. The Dongsok Palace, also I might be butchering all of these names, sorry, I don't speak Korean, but this palace has English at 10:45 and 1:30, and then there's the Empire History Museum within the palace that are at these times. I also went to this random Bank of Korea museum. English is on Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Saturdays at these times. If you happen to want to go, this is free admission to this random museum I found. You can also try a temple stay. So you can actually stay at like a Buddhist temple for, I don't know how much it is. It's not that much per night, and experience what a Buddhist monk would experience, like waking up in the morning to do a prayer, talking with the other monks, eating a little breakfast, doing some other traditional things. I'm not a Buddhist, nor did I do a temple stay, but if I had the time, I would have, because it looked cool. There's also the Myeongdong Nanta family-friendly, English-friendly comedy show, which you can go to, which was cool because it was mostly just performance rather than dialogue, so you didn't have to understand English to enjoy and laugh at the performance. Now, in terms of food, I kind of just winged it. In the morning time for breakfast, I usually went to a convenience store such as 7-Eleven or GS25 and then picked out something that looked good. There's lots of those rice triangle things with different cool flavors that you can eat, which I enjoyed. And then for lunch, I don't know, depending on where I was, I kind of just Googled or randomly just walked down some streets and went to a restaurant and compared different things. And then dinner, I kind of just did the same thing. You can do that, or you can actually look up things, up to you. In my opinion, the Korean fried chicken place, I don't know. It wasn't like, there's much better places to eat than some Korean fried chicken. But, I don't know. However, I will mention there was this one ramen place. I know it's not Korean, but it was delicious. It was the best ramen I had in Korea, even though I had ramen like only 2 times. But it was really, really good. You can click on the blog link in my description to find out the name of the place. Arena Ramen Insa. This was what the front of the building looked like, and then on the side there were stairs, and I just walked up the stairs and waited in line. Not a long wait, even though I thought it would be a long wait. Yeah, that was really good ramen. Then there's this random thing I found at a street market that was really good. There's also this Korean traditional taffy.
잘라서 안에 이제 견과류 잘 보세요. 신분 넣고 먹을까?
아무데나 조금만 먹고.
아무데나 조금만.
Called tare. It was cool watching people make it and good to try. I suggest chocolate. The peanut wasn't. I enjoy chocolate way more. There's also this random drink called Mammoth Express, Mammoth Aid, which is composed of grapefruit, orange, and lemon. honestly, best soft drink I had in Korea. So try it. Also, there's this cool website called guruwalk.com, the best free tour guides in the world. Just type in the location of Seoul or wherever you are, and then pick the date. So maybe it's the 16th. Search. And then you can find the best guru walks in Seoul, and you can get some free tours. So let's select English if you can only speak English. And then let's see this one. And then if you scroll down, you can read more about it, his experience, where you're gonna go, where you're gonna meet up, and explore. So how much does this cost? Free tours do not have a set price. Instead, each person gives the guru at the end of the tour the amount that he or she considers appropriate, usually around $10 to $50. So there you go. And this one would be at 12:30, and then all you have to do is make an account and register for the walk, meet up at the location, and have a free tour. I suggest doing this in the beginning, so that way you can get some experience, some questions answered and whatnot, and then go about your business or do another walk. So good website to use, guruwalk.com. It's free and you just tip. And just a small reminder, make sure to show up to your international flight at least 1 hour before your flight leaves. Otherwise, they're not going to let you board because the ticket counter is going to close. So definitely plan to be at the airport way before an hour. And if you happen to be running late, just order a freaking Uber and just go there faster. Don't be stupid, okay? Because I was stupid and I lost some money that I don't like to talk about. But yeah, those are some tips for South Korea on how to navigate using NAVER maps and T-Money cards, and some tips on how to visit palaces with English guided tours, because the tour guide really made the experience a lot more enjoyable and actually understood what was going on and all the, you know, historical and symbolic relevance. I learned how to walk like a king, and I don't know, the dragons all over the palace as protectors, and zodiac, whatever. Lots of cool things I learned. So hope you enjoy your trip to South Korea. There's a whole lot to do, a lot of street food that I highly recommend. Thanks for watching. Make sure to check out this video if you want to learn how to get data for very cheap internationally. And then there's a playlist here as well, so you can see how to travel well and not get lost, and, you know, go to Japan, China, wherever you might want to go. Check it out. It's a whole entire playlist on tips. This is Bailey Zong, Not Money Guy. Have a wonderful trip, and like and subscribe.